So Mike Long, the big bass guru, or one of them, from the West Coast, and that's where I'm kind of from, in the western part of the United States. He was outed recently in an article, 9-page article by SD Fish. Great work, really, and an hour-long video. Great camera work, by the way. He was outed as a cheater. He's been cheating. Apparently, it looks like this is a pattern over a number of years. It's pretty interesting. I advise you to read the 9-page article, watch the video, which I have done. I break it down into 3 distinct violations. Sorry, I've been working and kind of a little tired. Anyway, 1, Mike Long was found, or is suspected. It's odd because if you read the article, let's go back. Read the article. It's one source, or I mean, it's one article, and the guy's got many sources to back up his theory, and plus the video, and makes it hard to deny that something fishy is going on. Maybe not all of it's true, who knows. But the problem being, Mike Long took down all of his stuff, and he hasn't really had a response yet. That being said, usually I wait for somebody to respond, but he's kind of acting guilty. And I don't know. Read it, but here's what I see out of it. 3 violations. 1, he was transporting fish from lake to lake, suspected, and the article lays out. It's pretty compelling. If you've ever been down there, Lake Cuyamaca, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I've been to that lake. Sutherland, Poway, Vicente, Dixon, all these San Diego County lakes. They're very a lot of diverse. They're all diverse, and they're all open usually on different days. Anyway, Cuyamaca is more of a higher elevation, and if you read the article, it looks like he's been transporting fish from lake to lake to get these lake records back in the day. Then he got into tournament fishing with the various partners, and they caught him doing things. This is the second distinct violation I see. Caught him doing things, whether it be, transporting fish somehow to these locations and then weighing them in, and then also signing up with that partner, and he's not fishing with them. And then he's winning these events, an unbelievable win streak. And then people seeing him catch these fish. It's very tight knit down there, so they can, some people might see you at one lake and they see you at another lake, and they kind of got a good idea of what you're doing. Anyway, so he apparently caught some fish, transported them via some kind of cooler mechanism and to his house, where he has, which was witnessed, by other people, that he has some kind of facility where he's keeping the fish to study. Anyway, I guess he was transporting these lakes. He was waiting for his partner not to be paying attention, catch into something. Sometimes they were in constructed rock enclosures or tied up on trees. And the article goes into a couple instances where there's some fishy stuff going on. Plus, when confronted, a little bit of intimidation, whether it be to one gentleman's kid, and then also some weird lug nut issue on somebody's rig on the way back from a tournament. But it seems like these partners that they interviewed, they all, now looking retrospectively back, it seems like these fishy things, are all coming together that he was cheating in some aspect, one way or another, especially when he was by himself in this unbelievable win streak. Down there, some of the best anglers in the world, and have a win streak like he did, I don't care how good you are, that's almost impossible. Then he failed the polygraph test on something else. And then we go to the third, but that, you can read the article, the third violation, snagging. And that's what a lot of these videos I've seen so far on YouTube been talking about, the big bass snagging. And the video is primarily, that's what that's about. The big bass snagging and portraying those fish as multi-day, multiple catches. But it looked like he had, according to the video, I looked at it, it looked like it was a treble hook and some kind of white thing. They say a drop shot weight, I don't know. But if you ever done kokanee snagging, or when you put a white piece of plastic around your treble hook with a weight, that way you can see it and be able to get the fish. I noticed on one of the snags, he did a pretty good job. He actually snagged it by the mouth on the outside, still an illegal catch. Then another one he snagged in the back. Then he took pictures of that fish, had it out of the water for quite some time, took pictures of it, moved it, took another picture, claimed that they were caught on jigs. If you look in his boat, he had 2 rods. One looked like it had a legitimate bait, the other one had the snagging mechanism, which is whether it's some kind of treble hook deal. He didn't even go out of the way to like rip them with a rattle trap or something like that. Or sometimes you actually get a reaction strike, but if you're accidentally ripping them, and sometimes you accidentally snag fish. But anyway, so he was caught doing that via the video, and then he was also suspected of that due to fishy activity. Fishy, and mind the pun, but when he'd come away in some of these record fish, not allowing people to inspect the fish itself. Anyway, it's devastating to the big fish community, the bass fishing community. It's always devastating when you have a cheater, and this guy, not only he cheated in tournaments, cheated in records, cheated in big bass, just portraying himself and capitalizing on that monetarily. And for all of us to do these things, that fish, that throw big baits, that try to chase the biggest fish in the water, that try to fish tournaments and do the best we can, it's kind of, it puts a bad name, gives us a bad name, and makes us lose a little faith in our fellow angler. But good on the guy, SD Fish, for having the balls to go out there and put this together. And hopefully we have more of that, and hopefully 99% of the anglers out there are ethical and do the right thing and try to catch fish morally and ethically and handle them. Anyway, like, subscribe. I'll post more videos of fishing, and then also my thoughts on some of this stuff. It's just one of those things that not a lot of, it's unbelievable. Anyway, peace.